Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Johnny Legend. You guys know me on Instagram as Fantasy Fornicator. Here today with my guy, Kevin Banks. You guys know him from Piggy Bank Picks. Together, we make the Fantasy Football Crackbacks. We're dropping a three-part series breaking down the schedules for the playoffs. First up, quarterbacks. What do you got, bro?
All right, so my first quarterback is going to be the GOAT, of course, Tom Brady, December football. It all matches up, match made in heaven, right? So the last 4 weeks from 12 to 16, most leagues do that. He has Houston, KC, Cincinnati, and Buffalo. Buffalo, yeah, he struggled last time, but this isn't Gillette Stadium. It's a whole different ball game. So that is Tom Brady. Easy Houston, easy KC, Cincinnati, horrible secondaries. You put him in the playoffs, you're going to win the chip. That's my guy.
Get that money. First up, let me get it right with my guy from the Seahawks, Russell Wilson, looking like the MVP right now, doing his thing. He looks so comfortable. He looks like in the prime of his career. And yeah, definitely, why not kick it off with him? Week 14 through week 16 at LA Rams, week 15 at the Panthers, week 16 at home versus the Cardinals. So all those matchups definitely potential for him to fire it up, throw that ball all over the field. And Russell Wilson is my first quarterback to recommend for the playoff push.
Yeah, man. And then my next guy is going to be someone that struggled versus this team right here. That's going to be Phillip Rivers. His last 3 games, he has Jacksonville, Minnesota, and then Oakland again. I expect him, he is the quarterback leader when it comes to passing yards. He's going to get it together. I mean, he still hasn't got it with Keenan Allen, but when it's December football, I mean, he's going to have Derwin James. That defense is going to be a little, better, and it's actually been getting better. It's going to give him more opportunities with this ball, right? So Phillip Rivers, I like him. Those are, some matchups that he can take advantage of. That's someone that I would consider week to week, depending on, those matchups. Playoff push. Let's get it.
Hell yeah, my guy Phillip Rivers. My next guy up, Kyler Murray. We're going to keep it with the NFC West. And his matchups from week 14 through week 16 at home versus Pittsburgh. I feel like he's going to be on the run. His mobility is going to help him. He's going to be passing the ball a lot. Same thing versus the Browns, the lesser defense, somebody he could pick apart a little bit more. And then finishing up on the road versus the Seahawks and what should be what I'm gonna guess as a barn burner, a lot of points being scored. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, and a showdown for Week 16 championship. I like it. Why not?
I think so too, man. I do. Kyler is a beast. We're gonna go with somebody else that the Eagles, Carson Wentz. They've been doing very well in December. I don't know what it is, man. They could be having a horrible season or just all right, and then they just turn it up. I don't know if it was Nick Foles, but Carson Wentz has the ball in his hand, and, I'm going to trust those Eagles to get it done right. They're going to play a lot of their rivals. That's going to be the Giants, the Washington Redskins, Dallas. And, right before that, in week 12, they play Miami, so that's a gimme right there for Carson Wentz. I like those matchups, man, because, one, like I said, December football, they play well, and they take out their rivals, and it's going to be a beautiful thing because they're familiar with the secondaries, they're familiar with the defense. Carson Wentz looks like he's back in MVP form. Not necessarily MVP this year, but it looks like he's getting back to his rhythm, and I like him for that playoff push. When it gets cold, Eagles fly high.
Hell yeah, man. Definitely Carson Wentz. And I'm going to keep it going with the NFC East now. And we're going to talk about Dak Prescott, who definitely somebody we were talking about at the beginning of the year we liked a lot. And he's going to come through for you guys in a big way to help you guys win your leagues. Week 14, he's got a tough one at Chicago. But we have realized that without Akeem Hicks, that defense is not the same defense. And let's face it, that Bears team is not the same Bears team. So Dak Prescott, week 14, I like that. Week 15 at home versus the Rams, another matchup I believe he's going to get off at. And then finishing up versus your Eagles that you just spoke about, not your Eagles, but Carson Wentz and the Eagles. A division game is going to be tough. They're going to be playing for a lot. And the Eagles secondary is definitely burnable. Dak Prescott's going to have a big game, help you guys win your leagues.
Yeah, man. So we're going to go to Jameis Winston, right? And Jameis Winston has a couple, good matchups. There's going to be Indy, Detroit, and Houston, 13 to 16 weeks. Remember that. So Houston championship, they're like, oh, am I really going to put my chip on the line if I'm in there? And Jameis Winston, hey, man, things happen. Quarterbacks go down. And it's not about players. It's about matchups sometimes, fellas. So Winston is someone definitely that I will consider, especially Detroit, too. That's another garbage secondary. They traded a lot of the players away. Slay wasn't happy, and Slay, he's kind of yeah, man. That is my guy, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, my next guy is Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, the rookie. He's only going to be getting better. The team is only going to be getting healthier with Saquon coming back. Evan Ingram, hopefully by that time he's good to go. Same thing with Sterling Shepard. Golden Tate is still getting comfortable. They're still building that chemistry. So their matchups week 14 through 16 at Philly. We just spoke about their secondary. Home versus Miami. I don't got to say anything there. And then on the road versus the Redskins to finish up your championships, get your guys that championship trophy for your leagues and that cash versus the Redskins. I like it a lot. Danny Dimes, yeah.
I like it, man. Now, like I said, with the Eagles, was it Nick Foles? I don't know, but I do know one thing. Nick Foles plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they got a couple pass catchers that they like. So Nick Foles coming back from injury has a little nice schedule, man. Coming back, get back into rhythm. Tampa Bay, the Chargers, Oakland, Atlanta. Murder, 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 murder. She wrote Nick Foles, Big Dick Nick. I don't know if I could say that, but I did. He's gonna, let that shit swing, bro. And December football is his time. I like Nick Foles. That's a big sleeper.
Big time sleeper right there. BDN for sure. How about Baker though? Baker in Cleveland, he's gonna come through for you guys. I know he's been a letdown so far. A lot of people had him ranked top 5 coming into the year. Yeah, he's been disappointing, but yo, you guys got to give him a chance if you guys have been holding on, or if he's in the waivers, pick him up. You never know. Week 14 through 16 at home versus the Bengals, on the road versus the Cardinals. Then he finishes up at home versus the Ravens in what should be a tight game. I mean, maybe that's not the best way to finish it up, but definitely all you want to do is have a chance to make it to that championship game. Week 14 versus the Bengals, week 15 versus the Cardinals definitely gives you that chance. So Baker Mayfield, my other quarterback.
My last quarterback, bro, is going to be Jacoby Brissett. I know he has an injury. He's probably going to be out a couple of weeks, taking care of that. But Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Carolina, it looks like he's playing that NFC South. Tough competition, but Tampa Bay secondary isn't. New Orleans has a front seven, not much of a secondary. And Carolina, they've been shaky here and there. I think Jacoby with the offensive line that could stop a pass rush. And I expect the Colts to make the playoffs in the wild card. So I would say Jacoby is a nice little, person to think about. Remember, guys, not about names, but matchups when it really matters.
Hell yeah, not about names is right. And I'm going to finish it up with Ryan Fitzmagic. Why not? Somebody you guys got to think about why. He does not care, man. This guy, we see him. He has a tendency of just throwing that ball all over the field, giving his players a chance. He's made Preston Williams an option up until his injury. He's made Devontae Parker relevant again. And finishing up the season, week 14 through 16, at the Jets, at the Giants, and then home versus the Bengals. Ryan Fitzpatrick is somebody that if you guys are hurting. So, yeah, guys, Ryan Fitzpatrick, that was my last quarterback to recommend. He's actually the last quarterback we have for today. And thanks for tuning in. This is the first of a 3-part series, playoff previews. We are breaking down quarterbacks, receivers, and running backs. Obviously, we just did the quarterbacks, so stay tuned for the other 2. And yeah, man, you guys know where to find us on YouTube, Fantasy Football Crackbacks, Instagram as well, Fantasy Football Crackbacks. We're going to put the links in the description for our personal pages as well. Thanks for tuning in. Kevin, go ahead. Hit him up.
Yeah, man. So thank you, everybody, for listening. You rock with us. We rock with y'all. We're going to give you the best information so we could, go ahead and take over this whole fantasy thing, man. We try to give you the best advice. Sometimes we're going to be wrong. Sometimes we're going to be right. But you know what? When we right, get that shit. Thank us. All right, fellas. Fantasy Football Crackbacks, we are out. I'm going to go play some football. Actually, right now, my boy is going to be enjoying Chicago. And, follow us, bro. Peace.